guys, I am back and I am talking about NFL again. It's been a few weeks since I have talked about the NFL with vacation and everything going on. I just didn't have time to pre record any content and I honestly just decided I wanted a break. So I have not talked about NFL in a few weeks and a lot of things have happened. So we're going to talk about my biggest NFL surprises so far this season and what I think that means for the end of the year. So let's jump right into it. All right, you guys. So this NFL season, I feel like has been pretty surprising. There's been a lot of big injuries, a lot of teams that are doing well, a lot of teams that I thought would be okay that aren't okay. And so I want to give you my top 5 surprises of the NFL season so far. And kind of why I wanted to do this video is I wanted to see, like, at the end of the year, I wanted to go back to this video and reevaluate and see what has happened in the second half of the season. So I am going to start with number 1, and that is Baker Mayfield. Now, don't get me wrong, I've always known Baker Mayfield was a dog. Like, he is good. He's so good. He has that Tampa Bay team firing on all cylinders. But what I did not expect is for him to be putting up Josh Allen numbers and leading the MVP race right now. Like, there are so many attributes that Baker is doing right now that literally puts him in that same category as Josh Allen. And the reason why I say Josh Allen is because I just feel like Josh Allen is like the superb quarterback in the NFL. I will be honest with you. If you told me today as a GM, you can pick anybody in this league to build your team around, Josh Allen is who I'm picking. I think he is the best quarterback by far. And so he is like the top level for me. And Baker Mayfield is playing at that level. And I am very happy for Baker, honestly, because I feel like for so long, especially with the Browns organization, Baker really got shit on and he really didn't get the help, the talent, or anything that he needed to succeed. And so seeing him do that in Tampa Bay really honestly is very satisfying. I love it and I love it for him. And I hope Tampa Bay does really, really well this year. I hope they make it far into the playoffs and make a run. And you know what? If they're in the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be disappointed either because I think that team deserves it. Mike Evans obviously went down with a big injury, but he's one of my favorite wide receivers. And so I think this team as a whole, what they're doing with Baker Mayfield without Mike Evans is just really, really, honestly, really cool. And I hope that they continue this the second half of the year. I hope that they continue to make some noise and get into those playoffs. But I feel like that is a shock to me just for the fact that at the level he is playing. I never doubted Baker's ability as a quarterback itself, but just the level that he's playing this year is crazy. Number 2 for me is definitely the Baltimore Ravens. You guys, if you watched my preseason picks, they were my number 1 team. I thought that they were going to do great this year. I thought that Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry were going to run over everybody. And so, for the simple fact of the matter that they're not doing anything, like, I don't even know what this team is. Like, this team is nowhere even close to the team that they were last year. And so that really surprises me because I really thought that they were going to come back with a chip on their shoulder and pretty much destroy everybody. And they have not done that. Something is not clicking, something's not moving right. And they just can't get it together. And so I will be honestly surprised at this point if they make the playoffs. If they keep going on this downward slide, Aaron Rodgers is knocking on their door, and he's doing really well with the Steelers. And let me tell you something, Mike Tomlin does not ever lose. So if they aren't careful, they could get that spot taken away from them, and that would be shocking. That would be honestly very shocking if this talented of a team does not win this division. Because as much as I do love Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I don't love Aaron Rodgers. I'll be honest with you, I don't. But as much as I love Mike Tomlin, and as much as Aaron Rodgers has really kind of had a resurgence there. I still thought the Ravens would be miles over them, and they're not. They're not at all. And so they need to really figure it out, reevaluate. I don't know what they need to do, but they need to do it. Maybe with the trade deadline coming up, they can make some moves. I don't know what's going to help them at this point because their team is talented, their quarterback is talented, their running back is a freaking brick house, and they just can't seem to figure it out. So that really, really shocks me. Again, another team that is surprising me is the Patriots. The Patriots, you guys, they are still in running for their division, and I did not expect them to be this good. Um, Drake May, I think, is a great quarterback. I think Mike Vrabel is a great coach, but I did not expect them to be this good. I expected them to be about middle of the pack, maybe a little better, because they're still building, growing, and really trying to form that bond. But they are doing really well. They are firing on all cylinders. They are winning games, and they're winning important games, which is really honestly, if you think about it in your year, if you lose games, that's fine as long as you win those important ones, and that's what they seem to be doing. So I will be interested to see where the Patriots end up. I still think that the Buffalo Bills take that division. Again, I raved about Josh Allen in the beginning of this video. I think he's fantastic, and I think that that team is fantastic. But I am pretty proud of these Patriots for the way that they're playing and staying in the running, and I wouldn't be surprised if they swept up a wild card spot. And then again, we have to talk about the 49ers because the 49ers have lost so many people to injuries. So many people to injuries. They had Brock Purdy out for a while, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey's been hit and miss. They lost Bosa. And I know there's more, but they've lost so many people. And then it's like they're still winning. They're still figuring out how to do this. And that's got to let me give the hats off to the coaching staff, honestly, because for you to have these guys ready to plug in when another guy goes down is fantastic, and it shows how you can develop players. I really think it speaks for a lot of people that they have taken Mac Jones and put him in a winning position. And I like Mac Jones. I'm an Alabama fan. You guys know that. So I watched a lot of Mac Jones and I thought he was a great quarterback. But it shows just how important to me that coaching is because he wasn't doing hot everywhere else. He wasn't doing good everywhere else. And then the 49ers take him, they plug him in when Brock Purdy gets hurt, and he holds the team strong and he wins them games. And so I think that that just shows that a good coach who develop players is key to a lot of things. This 49ers team, as many people as they lost, they didn't really miss a beat. They still won games, they still competed. And let me tell you something, that division is really hard. So for them to even be in this position where they are now, and I don't exactly know where they're at in the division, let's look it up because I'm curious to see. I know that for a while there they were on top. That may have changed now because that division is hard. Let's see. We're going to look it up. So San Francisco, they're 6-3. They're third technically. The Seahawks and the Rams are above them at 6-2. So really, they still have a shot. All three of those teams, the Seahawks, the Rams, the 49ers, they still all have a shot at that division championship and or that division win. And I just feel like for that to happen with as many injuries as they've had is really astonishing to the whole organization. And hats off to the whole organization because a lot of the times losing that many guys would have really wrecked the entire team and they would have just went on a downward spiral. So I'm very impressed by the 49ers as a whole. And then my final surprise of NFL is Daniel Jones. And again, I talked about it with the 49ers. This is the epitome of what a good coach and a good players and staff can do. Because Daniel Jones, I will be straightforward, at the Giants was ass. Like it did not it sucked. It sucked. The whole thing sucked. The team, him, the organization, everything sucked. Then the Colts take this guy, they give him a good coach, a good staff, a good team. They really evolve him and work with him and build him. And honestly, they probably give him a lot of confidence as well that he did not get at the Giants. And I feel like he is just thriving. And I love that for him because I love seeing guys get into, especially guys that never really had too much of a shot, like they got shit on pretty much. He got shit on at the Giants. And I love seeing the guys that like have this resurgence like this. Like they come to a team who believes in them, believes in their ability, believes in what they can do, who helps them grow and develop, and they thrive. And that's what he's doing, and I love that. Um, I think sometimes players just need a new environment, and I think that Daniel Jones is the epitome of that. I think he just needed a new environment and a new surrounding and a new coaching staff and just to start over. And again, Baker Mayfield's kind of the epitome of that too. He at the Browns, they didn't really give him all of the help and the talent that he needed to succeed. He went to Tampa Bay and he's thriving. Daniel Jones didn't have everything that he needed at the Giants, went to the Colts, and is thriving. And I love seeing players do that because it shows that sometimes maybe we are wrong about the player, there that the player can actually do the things that they're put in the position to do. They just need a better environment. And that is the case for Daniel Jones. I love that he is thriving the way he is. The Colts are firing on all cylinders and they're doing great this year. I'm excited to see how that division plays out, and I ultimately think that they're probably going to win that division. So this year has been honestly the year of like resurgence because I feel like with so many quarterbacks, so many players, they're really coming into their own. They've found their spot, they've found their dynamic, and they're really thriving off of it. I'm very interested to see where the rest of the year takes us because there's so many teams that are at the top that we're like, wow, they're really at the top. And there's so many teams that are in that middle to bottom pack that we're like, what happened? And so I'm excited to see how that plays out. Is it going to stay that way? Is it going to change and, somebody's going to go on a hot run or a hot streak and win? But it's a very unexpected season. I feel like because I feel like there's no clear cut Super Bowl winner. I feel like it could be a lot of people at this point in time. But that's what I want to talk about today, diving more into NFL content because, like I said, the last few weeks I have been off, have not been talking about it. We're back, we're talking about it now. There's a lot going on. We're going to continue to talk about it until we hit that Super Bowl mark, which surprisingly, you guys, is not too far away. It's come very, very fast. So, as always, subscribe to this channel, follow me on all socials. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.